2017 has been a great year for gaming. We got so much to enjoy, and as it is that time of year, just upon the calendar change of a new year, naturally, we reflect about what the year's given us. So I decided to bring you guys
Logan, sorry I'm late. We doing this yearly wrap-up video?
Yes, we are. Way to ruin the surprise, Dan, but yes, that's what we're doing. You know, I gotta introduce my guest with something grand, something that has an extra oomph to it, but whatever, you know, it's fine. Do you at least have your script memorized?
No, completely off the cuff, didn't write a thing. It's funny because it's true.
Oh, what the hell?
I have bullet points. Now, although there's a lot of competition between PUBG or Fortnite Battle Royale, but here's the thing. Fortnite actually has a co-op campaign mode that I feel goes greatly, it's just greatly overshadowed by Battle Royale. And that's why I want to start my list with Fortnite, because honestly, the co-op part of this is super fun and largely ignored. When I first saw gameplay for Fortnite, I was immediately hooked. I loved the concept, and once I got my hands on it, it did not disappoint. It took up a large amount of my time when it first released, and it was a ton of fun to play with friends, building forts, surviving nights, finding new loot, and crafting materials to build your ultimate survival character. Honestly, I would love to dive back into it, but the thing is that most people are so focused on the Battle Royale part, the co-op part's kind of getting pushed underneath. It kind of sucks. But to me, I think Fortnite is a fantastic game with solid gameplay and just beautiful visuals. I find they're so great. Honestly, the gameplay is fantastic and the visuals are beautiful, which is better than, you know, Melty House PUBG. So if you haven't tried Fortnite yet, or if you've tried Battle Royale, then definitely take a look at Fortnite. It's definitely one of my top picks.
Persona 5 is something that should be experienced by everybody. The story is gripping, characters are fleshed out, and the overall gameplay is just fun. I understand that turn-based battle systems might not be your thing, but I highly suggest you guys check this one out. There's a reason it took Best RPG of the Year. I'm over 90 hours in, and though I'm close to finishing it, I still haven't done so. I knew we were going to get something special here, but Atlas completely exceeded all expectations I had set and left me with so much more as a result. Very few times have I played a game where I felt involved with the world, but Persona 5 definitely marks one of those times for me. I've talked about this game several times on this channel, and I really could go on all day, but I understand you guys have lives, so I'll spare you. But please guys, look, from me to you, this is a great game and should not be slept on, period. Cuphead. I started playing this game shortly after its initial release with a close friend of mine, and though it was indeed challenging, we couldn't put it down, no matter how many times we died or had to reset, because we got hit at the moment we weren't supposed to, and the game definitely cheated us. We recently finished this puppy, and let me tell you, it only gets harder. But that won't bother you, because you like challenge. You like it because you know that on the other side of that challenge, there's a sweet, sweet nectar called success, and you're gonna drink that.
Okay, I didn't want to. I fought very hard and very long. I said, not this time, Bungie. Not this time, Bungie. You're not gonna get my $100. And guess what? They got my money anyway. Destiny 2. Honestly, after Destiny, I thought I was done with the franchise. I kind of got the idea and was ready to move on. But damn it, if Bungie doesn't know how to make a good first-person shooter. From the first time I dove in with my Guardian, I immediately knew I was going to lose many hours to this game. And I think it's, I've had it for 2 days and 10 hours. Ooh, 10 hours. Oh. Well, that's not good. I gotta say, with this time around, it's great having a game that's got a lot to do. And sure, there's been controversy of the XP scandal just a while ago, but now's a great time to join it, because it's been somewhat ready. Also, for those that are critiquing the story like I had been doing very extensively during Destiny 1, I made a realization the other day, and I'd like to do a video on this later, but it's more like a collection of short stories, wrapped up in one giant game where you just shoot stuff forever. Not poetic that way. For me, I just got the game, but I still feel like it's going to have a big impact on my gaming life for the next couple months, with me moving away and being able to reconnect with friends through the Battle.net launcher, which is brand new and fancy. And yes, I will be getting the PS4 version, my PS4 crew that are probably judging me really harshly right now.
Oh, okay, now you're back to me. All right. Sorry about that. I get a little bit carried away whenever talking about Cuphead. Must be all the like delayed anger that I've had ever since losing so many times in that game. It's just now coming out. But I got a review on this very channel about that game. Go check it out, see what you guys think, and if you like it, go ahead and pick it on up. You'll like it. I promise. It's a great game. Horizon Zero Dawn was a game I was excited about in late 2016. I've heard so many things about it, and I really couldn't wait to get my hands on it, and when I finally did, I was in awe, absolutely astounded. Words couldn't really be put together how I felt when I was playing as Aloy, going through the forest, using the different acrobatics and movements in order to bring down the different mechanized robots, sliding here, dashing here, dodge rolling longer, upgrading skills, shooting the bow and arrow. You just feel like really like a badass and doing all these movements and maneuvers. And on top of that, you get a great story. Sony really came through with this, or rather Guerrilla Games came through with this, but I'm glad it's a Sony exclusive that I can actually look forward to. This game is so beautiful because it's a start of something magical for Sony, and I'm very excited for them, and I'm happy for them. Horizon is an absolute thrill to play. I encourage you guys to get this. Seriously, this made my PS4 all the sweeter this year. I'm excited to see where they take this. I know we haven't seen the last of Aloy. I just need the sequel to not take a considerate amount of time in order to make. I mean, I can be patient, but greatness on this level cannot be delayed. Come on, seriously. Dan, what else you got?
Alright, we know that this year was probably one of the best years for platformers, with basically every major platformer from the 80s and 90s came back this year. That's weird. It's really weird. We had Crash Bandicoot, we had the revival of the Banjo-Kazooie format with ukulele. But in my number 3 spot, I want to put Sonic Mania right here, because damn it, if there wasn't a game to get me excited about Sonic again, it was this. Sonic Mania was an incredible return to form for me. It was the first Sonic game in a while to pull me in and keep me glued to that screen until I beat it. Not only that, out of the entire franchise, this game, made by mostly fans, the level design was probably the best in the series. The visuals were amazing, the drop dash was a huge game changer in the franchise, and overall, this game was it just felt great to play. Not only that, you could do Knuckles and Knuckles, which, can't get enough Knuckles and Knuckles. I need double Knuckles all the time. I don't really know what else to say about it, but it hurts so bad to see Sonic Mania bring forth everyone saying how great this game is, and then for that loyalty to be immediately shot down by Forces is pretty rough. Now granted, Forces is no 06, but at the same time, kind of love to see the Sonic team taking these ideas that you see from, you know, the other creators and put them in. And I'm not just talking, it's not just add drop dash into your game and therefore you're taking from it. There are core concepts from Sonic Mania that needs to be put into every Sonic game from here on out. So, you know, give the team another Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania 2, I'm ready. Body is ready. Sonic Mania. Maniac? Sonic Maniac. I like that.
Okay, sue me. This entry is a recent release. I mean, as in this month recent release, but still, it's still within this year, so it counts. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is amazing. Still haven't finished it yet, but it's very, very, very captivating. I made a whole entire video about it on this channel. As I said before, these games in themselves are kind of like Final Fantasy in the sense that they're not continued story, but I highly suggest you guys check out this game in this series. If you own a Switch, check it out, please. It's a must-have. This world is beautiful, lush. Exploring RS is such a delight. There are so many secret treasures, and you'll be rewarded for exploring the world, fighting bosses, and just collecting different items. The characters are enjoyable. The main character is a delight as well, along with Pyra and all these other great characters. Also, the English accents are also a nice touch, because they add such a charm and wittiness to the game. And it really brings the characters to life. Look, at the end of the day, this game is really just enjoyable, plain and simple. I can't say enough about it, honestly. If you're into RPGs and you got a Switch, This one right here will make you go crazy, and you'll be amazed at the game, and you'll wonder what else is in store for next year in terms of RPGs for the Switch. Seriously, guys, worth every single penny. Believe me.
All right, my number 2 pick as far as important games goes to this guy on my shirt. Super Mario Odyssey. This was a tough call because I would put Super Mario Odyssey right next to Breath of the Wild. Matter of fact, number 2 for Dan is basically Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey just like combined to Super Mario Breath of the Wild. Super Mario Odyssey's Breath of Odyssey. Double yeah. When it came down to it, Super Mario Odyssey had so much more memorable moments in it. Like, New Donk City's festival was an incredible sequence. Like, I got goosebumps just talking about it. You can't see it now because it's too hot and it melted away. But you get it. Not only that, but Mario's moveset was improved so much that it felt great to just jump. And not just one jump, like there were like 15 ways to jump. Like they kept asking if you wanted to see the action guide because they wanted to make sure you knew all the ways to jump. Not only that, the capture system, which I was a little skeptical at first, was incredible. I mean, I love Mario. Like Super Mario 3 will be one of my top games of all time. And I think Super Mario Odyssey is definitely up there for one of my favorite Marios in there. Breath of the Wild, definitely one of my favorite Zeldas, but this DLC is just more shrines. I wanted a bit more than just shrines. It's just more shrines.
Dan, you can't half-heartedly mention Breath of the Wild. You have to wholeheartedly mention Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with every fiber of your being. Look, this game took what the series was and completely opened it up in every sense of the word. I was already a fan of Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Twilight Princess coming up, and Wind Waker was my favorite up until this point. Nearly everything you can imagine doing in this game is possible, from climbing atop any surface to exploring out far beyond your point of view, cooking, using fire in the world in tandem with your weapons to bring about more damage, and so much more. This game is an instant classic, bar none. Absolutely a masterpiece out of the gate. This game shares no spot on the list, Dan. It gets its own spot. Come on, bro. What's wrong with you? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, guys. If you have not played this game, first of all, what are you doing? And second, play it. Play it, please. Please take your Christmas money and get this game. It was great.
My number 1 pick for this year is a game that I backed way back in like, what, 2013? It was 2013, 2014. That's a long time to make a game. A Hat in Time was perhaps one of my favorite games to come out this year, and I played the crap out of it. I 100%ed it in a couple days, and I still pick it up and play because of the mod support on Steam. It's just so good. After the mighty number 9 fiasco, it's always been this sort of lingering thought that Kickstarter games could be really bad. And when you see A Hat in Time taking basically 3 or 4 years to finally come out, I was nervous, and I think a lot of us were. But as soon as the new game dropped, it was incredible. Just the amount of detail and beauty and passion that went into the project shows throughout the entire game. Not only that, every single world has so much character. Like just being in the world feels like hanging out with something. Like God. Yeah, God, we'll go with that. Each character was charming. There's actually a bit of a dark side to it if you really start kind of digging into the lore. Like, what the hell did Hat Kid do? Like in the beginning, you see an explosion, and you see the course of you leaving explosion to home. What happened? But the thing is it's one of the best controlling platformers I've played. Like, Yooka-Laylee was pretty good, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't finish it because it just didn't look like I thought it was going to. But even then, you unlock skills and all that sort of stuff in Yooka-Laylee, but right off the bat, Hat Kid feels really good to control. Controls are fluid, but also have this level of precision that I haven't really seen in a platformer. And you know what? I highly recommend you pick up the game right now if you haven't played. Like, if you've watched someone play it, cool. Now go buy the game and try it, because I promise you it will be one of the best games you play. Anyway, that's my 5 games that I enjoyed, and if you enjoyed my rantings, you can catch me over at that Cybert channel. Shameless plug. for you. And specifically for Logan as well, because this is his edit. You had to listen. Thank you everyone for watching, and remember to subscribe here on Fanatix Four and hit the bell.
Dan is absolutely correct. You definitely should subscribe for videos right here every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you like Dan being on this video, which you should have because he's freaking awesome, be sure to check out his channel as well. But enough about us. Those may have been our picks for most memorable games of the year, but what are yours? It's been a pleasure, and it always is. Logan of Fanatix Four saying, see you guys next year.